Good evening and a warm welcome to all of you in today's webinar. We'll wait for a couple of minutes to allow everyone to join in and settle down, and then we'll get started with today's session. So just bear with us for a few minutes, and then we'll get started with today's discussion. And before we start discussing, there are a couple of important things that I would want to discuss with you. But before that, let me quickly look into the live stream. I have to just check that it is working fine. So let me quickly check on that and I will be back with you in a couple of seconds. Yeah, it seems to be working fine. Perfect. And it is crucial to ensure that the live stream is working fine because many of you would want to have the recording of today's session. And for that, it is crucial that the live stream is working fine because the live stream link is something that we'll be sharing with you as the recording of today's webinar. Perfect. Now, before we start this session formally, and I've already shared with you that we will be waiting for a few minutes to allow every participant to join in and settle down. In the meantime, there's a very important point that I wanted to share with you, and that is related to how you are going to get the maximum benefit from today's session. Because unlike a typical Zoom meeting wherein you can simply unmute yourself and you can immediately ask your question, this is a webinar format. So how are we going to interact? Obviously, you can hear me, and when I start sharing my screen, you'll be able to see my screen, and I will be able to explain the process. But unless it is an interactive session where you are easily able to ask questions or queries that you may have, you will not get the maximum benefit. You'll not be able to relate to it, and you may not be able to absorb the information that we are sharing with you. So that is why it is crucial that if you have a question, if you have a query, you are able to ask that question. You are able to get a response from the presenters. Just imagining that if it was a large conference hall and I was the presenter and you were physically present, whenever you will have a question, you may uh, raise your hand and then you'll ask your question and I'll clarify that. Or so that's how it would have transpired. But we are connecting digitally and we are spread across a vast geography. We have members from various countries joining us here today, from Sri Lanka, from UAE, from Philippines, from India. So welcome all of you in today's session. That is the advantage that we get with the digital format. But the challenge is how are you going to interact with me? How are you going to get a response from me if you have a question, if you have a query? So for that, you are going to use a tool which is called Q&A. So if you look down below, if you're joining through a laptop or desktop, it should be visible down there. So using Q&A, you will be asking the question. Now, you don't have to wait all the while till we end the presentation and we break into the question answer round. Whenever that question comes to your mind, please do ask that question, right? So you don't have to wait till the end of the webinar. Whenever that question comes, ask that question because I will be keeping this question answer panel open on the other monitor and I will keep peeking into it. So if it is possible for me to answer that question right away, I will do that. Or if I can include the response in my presentation, I will do that. But you don't have to wait all the while when we break into the question answer round. All right. So that's how we will be communicating. Have the Q&A tab. We also have another tool which is called chat. So chat is something which I would not advise that you should use for questions, but you can use it for connect and network with other wonderful business owners who are joining us here today. There are members from various countries who are joining, and it is a great opportunity for you to also connect with them, also network with them. So utilize this opportunity, use chat, share a little brief about your business. What is your business? Where are you situated? What product or services are you offering? Your contact details, your website link, add all that and share it with the wonderful business owners who are joining us here today. And God knows you may be able to find a buyer or supplier in this session. And it has happened in past in one of my session, rest aside networking, two individuals were even able to crack a deal in the webinar itself. So God knows you may be able to find someone suitable that can be a prospective buyer or supplier. All right, so utilize that opportunity. And from time to time, if I have to seek your input, if I want to understand what is your understanding, what is your opinion, in that case, I will be using the chat as well, or you will have to use the chat to respond to me. All right. So I think I've done enough talking without sharing my screen, and that I know is very boring and unengaging. So I'm going to immediately start sharing my screen and we will proceed ahead with our discussion. Now, I'm not sure how many of you had the chance of attending one of my previous sessions, but if you had attended any of my previous webinars, etc., then you would know that I love to showcase live solutions and try to demonstrate the process as it is rather than taking you through a presentation. And that's exactly what we are also going to do today, that we are going to have a live demonstration how you can create your online store. Uh, there are a few slides that I would want to take you through, but just two, three of them, not a very boring presentation that you typically get in, especially in technical webinars. This is going to be a live walkthrough and we'll try to keep it as engaging as possible. All right, perfect. Let's get started. So firstly, a quick introduction about myself. My name is Adnan. I'm Director SME Commerce Growth at GlobalLinker. So, as the designation suggests, there's something related to e-commerce that I do at GlobalLinker. I basically head e-commerce at GlobalLinker. And in addition to my functional role as the e-commerce head, I also actively work on sharing knowledge and information with business owners on how they can leverage digital technology to grow their business. And I have the wonderful opportunity of conducting more than 500 such training sessions and webinars, and was able to connect, interact, and share a little bit of knowledge with about 12,000 businesses in various countries. So that is a quick introduction of myself. I will also share my contact details, and all of you are more than welcome to connect with me, interact with me, and also share your questions. Or if you're creating your online store, you can get it reviewed with through me, or if you want suggestions or guidance on how you can scale up or how you can grow your business digitally, how you can start selling digitally, that's where again you can approach me. All right, perfect. So let's move ahead. Now, before moving ahead and I start showing you how to create an online store, and because it is something that we will be understanding in quite detail, that's where I don't want to spend much of your time in understand or much of your time helping you understand the fundamentals. This is something which is not a rocket science, so most of us are already familiar with. But just to give a sense to everyone, I will quickly help you understand what is an online store. So, online store is basically a website or a computer file used to provide examples of a person's works or product offered by a business in digital format, which can easily be accessed digitally by a prospective customer. Now, this is a very textbook sort of definition, and I am not sure how many of you were able to understand. If I was in your place, I'll certainly not understand. So let me simplify it for you. So, a very simple answer to this question, that what is an online store, is that it is a website. Now, that leads to another doubt in the mind, that are all websites online store? No, certainly not. A website which has few characteristics. What are those characteristics? Firstly, it should be able to showcase your product or services. Second is it should be able to accept orders or generate leads. And the third is it should be showcasing information about your business. And I've written assumed, because that is something almost every website does. So that's where I've written assumed that it should be there, but the other two are crucial. So other two characteristics, if they are there in a website, then we can call it a online store. All right. So that is a simplified definition to the question, or simplified answer to the question, that what is a online store. So just repeating it very quickly for everyone's reference, what is an online store? Online store is a website that has the capability to showcase your product or service. It has the capability to accept orders or receive inquiry, and it is also showcasing information about your business. All right, so these are the three capabilities. Now, how many types of online store can be created? Because all of you are not B2C seller. And when we generally talk about the term online store, a lot of individuals get this connotation. And this is where I am also not an exception. If I was not from a technology background, I will also have this impression that online store or anything online is related to B2C, business to customer or direct to customer, wherein you are selling to the end customers in smaller quantities, and B2B is not related to it. That is the kind of imagination I may also have. But the reality is, any business, whether you are B2B, whether you are B2C, whether you are D2C, irrespective who is your customer, whether an institution, whether a retail customer, or whether a corporate, you need to have a online presence. You need to have a digital presence. Digital presence is a must. An online store is the most powerful tool that you can have to create your digital presence. And how many types of online store can be created? So broadly, four types. So one is that can help you receive leads. Second is which can help you receive orders if you are into B2C. And the third one is which can allow you to do both. And the fourth one is which basically helps you simplify the B2B bulk ordering. And this is typically used by businesses that sell through distribution network. So they have a vast network of wholesalers and retailers, different shop owners who are regularly buying from them in bulk and then selling to retail customers. So an online store can also be created, and that can simplify that entire distribution network's work. Let's look at few examples to understand this better. And I'm going to close this presentation. This is the last slide in this presentation. As I mentioned, I'm not going to bore you. So here are a few examples that I've opened, and I have deliberately opened an example which is for B2C. And why have I done that? Because online shopping is something that almost everyone does these days, right? So this is where all of us are on familiar background. We have seen these kind of website. I believe some of you may have even done online shopping even today, right? So this is something which is familiar. We see them every day. So that's why I'm showing you a B2C example. So this is a website that is created on a platform. This is an example that I'm showing to you. And this is a B2C example, as I mentioned. Now, if I absorb this website, if we all collectively absorb this website for a moment, so this is where I'm just scrolling down very slowly onto the website. There are different features and capabilities which are there, which are used by this business to do their business, that is to sell to retail customers. Now, if we go back and recall the definition which I told you, that a online store should be showcasing product or services that are offered by that business. Is this website doing that? The answer is yes, it is doing, because we can see their products. Yes, it is doing. The second criteria was that it should be accepting orders or generating leads or inquiries. So in this case, I've just quickly opened one of the product information, or it should be sharing information about that business. Is it there? Yes, there's some about us page. Let's quickly open that and see. There is a lot of information about this business, the founders, etc. Yes, so we can qualify, we can call this website as a online store, right? So this is an example I wanted to show you. This is an example of a B2C, wherein you want to sell to the retail customers. That is one example. This is another example from the B2C space. This is an online store of a sports and fitness equipment retail chain. This is their online store that we are looking at. This is a very popular kitchen appliances and kitchenware brand in India. This is their online store that we are looking at. All these online stores are created on the platform, the same platform that you will also be using to create your online store. There's another online store that we are seeing, right? Now, these are B2C examples or the B2C utilization of online store. This is where we are now moving to a different utilization. This is a B2B utilization. And just looking at the visuals, you may have got the impression that these are all heavy machinery sort of equipment. And obviously, online purchasing is something which is not possible because there will be institutional buying, there will be some level of negotiation, term discussion, payment discussion, etc., etc. Now, all that can be taken care of on this website. I've opened one of the product. Let's see if I can show you. Now, contrary to what I was showing you here, wherein there's a add to cart and buy now, where a retail customer or any customer who's wanting to buy this product, they can come and they can place an order. So here, if we look at the interaction is different. So there's no add to cart and buy now. There's a send inquiry button. And as a institutional buyer or a corporate buyer, if I'm interested to buy this particular product, which happens to be a 2-ton cricket pitch ground roller, I can send them a inquiry. I can express my interest that I'm interested to buy this product, and they can respond back to me with a quotation, or if they need further clarification, they'll have my contact details so they can connect with me over the phone or the email, or if they want to schedule an online meeting similar to how we are connecting, they can do all that by using this feature because I was able to express my interest. I was able to express my requirement. And tomorrow, if you're running digital marketing promotions, if you're running targeted ads, etc., so all you can bring the customers onto the website, and on the website they can express their interest, like they can express their requirement, and then you can connect with them and close the business. So that is the different utilization. This is the B2B utilization. As a business, you are generating inquiries, you are generating leads, whatever term you would want to call it. This is another utilization or another business using the B2B feature. This is a business that is into contract manufacturing of matchsticks. So this is their online store that we are looking at. This is another business that is into leather product. This is their online store. There is another example that I've here for you. This is a business which is into manufacturing of machines or components which are used for diamond cutting and polishing. And there are a few examples here from the agri product space that I'm showing you here. There's another example from agri product. There's another example wherein a business deals in various diverse categories, and they're all B2B utilization, wherein the prospective customer is submitting or expressing their requirement, they're expressing their interest that we are interested in doing business with you. Now, there is a slightly different utilization also. This is a business that is into home decor product. Now, here you will notice that we have both the interactions on the same website. Here we have add to cart and we have send inquiry. So add to cart is obviously used by retail customers who want to buy the product, and any business or any B2B buyer, a bulk buyer who's interested to do business with them, they will use the send inquiry feature to express their requirement or share their requirement, and then get a response back from them. So this is the third type of or third utilization of the online store. There is a fourth one also, and for that I'm going to use this example. So this is as you know, a quite popular kitchen appliance and kitchenware brand in India. And if you look at the website, you will feel that it is a typical online shopping website, and you are not wrong in your understanding. You're absolutely right. But it also caters to another purpose, and the purpose is to service the various businesses that are reselling their products, the retailer shop owners who are storing their products in the physical brick and mortar stores. And when customers are coming, they're selling to them, the resellers or wholesalers, distributors, etc. Now, when those distributors, retailers have to procure or they need replenishment of the stock, how do they get this supply? So, for example, there was a business that was selling mixers, mixer juicer grinder, and now they have very low stock and there's a steady demand and they need 10 pieces or 100 pieces of mixer juicer grinder. So, how will they place an order? In the conventional ecosystem, they would ideally call up a salesperson and request them to ship that products to them, and then they'll process the payment. Whereas in the digital ecosystem, they have to simply log in. So there's a dedicated login for the bulk buyers. Obviously, they have to first be onboarded. If they are already not onboarded, they can use this feature to request for onboarding. And once they are onboarded, they can simply log in and they can place an order. So the special discount, which is typically offered to bulk buyers, the credit which is sometimes offered to the bulk buyers, or if there's a minimum order quantity, understanding that we are going to give you a 20% discount on the pricing, but you will have to buy minimum 10 units of each product whenever you're ordering. So those kind of requirements or nuances which are associated with the distribution business, all that can be taken care by the business, by the online store itself. So this is where the capabilities is the fourth utilization of the online store, wherein it is simplifying the distribution or sales through distribution channel. All right. So by now, I feel you must have got a good sense of the capabilities which are there of the platform. But more importantly, what are we trying to achieve? We are trying to learn how to create an online store, but what is the end objective? What is an online store? Now, you have seen few examples from the various businesses that are using the platform and they've already created the online store. So by now, you must be clear about the end objective, right? This is what we are trying to learn to create. All right. So now let's switch the screen and let's move to the process. Where is that tab? Here we have that. I've already created a demonstration account. So I've done the sign up journey, but this is where before I start explaining the sign up journey, because we have members who are joining from Sri Lanka, who are joining from UAE and Philippines. So you all will be joining through different channels. So, for example, if you're from UAE, you will be joining through our partnership that we have with Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank. It is ADCB GlobalLinker. So you have to join and sign up. If you have already created the account, then you can just log in and you can start creating the online store. Similarly, if you're from Sri Lanka and your question is how do I get started? So the very first thing that you have to do is you have to go to Commercial Bank, leave GlobalLinker, and from there you have to create an account. And then once your account is created, it will hardly take you 2 minutes. Once your sign up process is completed, once you have created the account, then you will see a similar sort of interface. Obviously, the branding will be of Commercial Bank. In UAE, the branding will be of ADCB Global Linker, but you will all land here on the dashboard. And this is from where we will start the online store creation journey. All right. So this is where let's get started and let's begin understanding the journey of creating the online store. So the very first step, as I mentioned, if you have already signed up and already have an account on GlobalLinker, just log in. And if you don't have an account, then simply sign up. And once you are here on the dashboard, that is where the online store creation journey begins. And the very first thing that you have to do is to click on this button, which is obvious. That is online store, and which will open another tab. I think it logged me out because I was. So let me quickly log in. There's also a security feature, by the way, because I was not using the account. This was dormant for some time. So that is why it logged me out, and I have to go through a two-factor authentication. I've received the OTP. Let me quickly add it. Just give me a quick second. So in case you're wondering, is it a technical issue? No, it is not a technical issue. This is a security feature. So automatically, if you're not using your account, it will log you out. So that is what had happened because I was not using the account for almost half an hour, 45 minutes. That is why it logged me out, but I'm logged in again. So let me do that step once again. You have to click on the online store. So after logging into your account, click on online store, which will open this control panel. Now, on this control panel, you have to click on this button which says convert now. Now, why are we not immediately starting to upload the products and get started here? This interface that you're seeing here, it is for a different purpose. What is that? So on your account, you have a option to upload your products. So in case you're not interested to create an online store, in that case, you can upload the products. And for that, this interface that you're seeing here, it is used. It is of no use to us. So simply ignore it and click on the convert now button, right? So you don't have to do absolutely nothing here except clicking on the convert now button. It is very important. I'm repeating it once again. So once you have logged into your account and clicked on the online store option, which you have here, it will open this interface. On this interface, the only thing that you have to do is to click on this button. Don't do anything else. So a lot of time I've seen people get distracted and they go to the product button that we are seeing here, this interface, this option, and they start uploading their products, etc. You don't have to do any of that. You have to simply click on this button because what we are trying to do, we are trying to create an online store, and you'll not be able to create an online store if you are adding the information here. All right, so let's click on convert now, which will open this overlay or pop-up, whatever you'd want to call it. Let's call it overlay. So on this overlay, there are three simple questions that you have to answer. What is the purpose of online store B2B, B2C, and how many products would you like to have on the online store, upload on the online store? And do your product have a minimum order quantity requirements? Yes, no. You have to select an appropriate option and then click on next. I will simply proceed ahead with the default options, which will bring me to this interface. On this interface, there are a number of design options that you can see on the screen, and you although it is a very simple that certain individuals or certain business owners get confused. So I'll try to answer those common confusions or questions which are there. So the first confusion which we have observed that certain individuals have is that once you have chosen a theme, once you have selected a design template, you can't change it. I will repeat what I've just said. So the confusion or misunderstanding that certain businesses we have seen had was that if I choose a particular design template, let's imagine that I choose this one. So they are thinking that if I choose this template, I will not be able to change. So it is as if I'm stuck with this design template. Once I've made the selection, I can't change, which is not the reality. You can change from one design template to any other design template as per your choice whenever you want. And actually, technically, moving from one template to another template will hardly take you 5 seconds. Realistically, it takes a long time because you have to resize the banners and upload them, or you have to customize the color scheme. So it realistically takes slightly longer, but within seconds, you'll be able to move from one template to another template technically as the system process. So if you're thinking, if you were having this question that can I change the design template? Certainly you can. And in fact, at this stage, whatever you're liking, you will select that. And at a later stage, you can upload few products and you can choose whichever template is better suiting your product. All right. So that is first misconception or doubt we have seen that people have. The second one is wherein they feel that a template is only suitable for a particular type of products. What does that mean? So I'm not sure how large it is on your screen or how visible it is, but this template has products or visuals of cosmetic products, or this template has visuals of suits, formal business suits, or this template has visuals of electronic product. So what they think is if a business is not an electronic product or is not dealing in electronic product, then you cannot use this template or this template because you need to be in electronic product to use this template, which is also absolutely wrong because any template can be used by any business. The visuals or pictures that you're seeing here, they are only for illustration purpose. They are only for example purpose so that you can understand the various templates. If we had used the same visuals, it would look very, very boring and very confusing as well. So that's why we have used different visuals and different color schemes, etc., to help you visualize or imagine that how the website is going to look. So that's why you have different products visible here. But any template can be used by any business. That is important point or important confusion I wanted to clarify. The third one is not a confusion, but a great question. And that question is, how do I choose a design template for my business, for my online store that I'm creating? How do I choose? Because as common individuals, everything looks absolutely uh, beautiful, absolutely stunning, right? This is looking beautiful. This is also looking beautiful. This is also looking nice. This is also looking beautiful. How do I choose which one is most suitable for my business? How do I make that decision? How do I take that decision? So for that, what you have to do is, firstly, you have to complete this journey which I'm explaining to you. You have to upload few products and then go to the themes section, apply a theme, see how it is showing your product, and then apply the second theme, see how it is showing the products. And you'll have to go through the list, or at least the themes that you're liking, and that will give you a clarity about which theme is showcasing your products in the most beautiful manner. And that is the theme that you have to choose. You don't have to go through all the themes, but let's say there are 10 themes that you're liking. Just go through them and see for yourself which theme is showcasing your product in the most beautiful way. And that is the theme that you have to choose. Right? So that is something which you can also follow or do if you have the same problem. All right. So let's select a theme. Again, what are you expected to do here? You are expected to do it, select a design template. So we are going to choose a design template called Destiny. So let's select that very quickly. Why have I selected Destiny? Because I have the banner visuals already created for it. That's why I've selected it. Now that will lead us to the third and the last overlay. I can imagine you must be getting worried, like how many overlays are there? So this is the last overlay. Don't worry, there are no more overlays. There are more steps, but no more overlays. This is the last one. And here we have to just input two things. One is your store name, and second is store URL. Firstly, about the store name, so which you can see is already populated here. So already some text is written here. In case you're wondering from where did this text came, so this came from the account that I created. So here I gave this hypothetical business a name called Olive Enterprises, and the same name is populated here. Now, in case I want to make any changes to it, I want to make some edits to it, I can do that. This is a editable field. Or sometimes businesses have their own brands, and I want to create the store in the name of the brand. That is also possible. So that is this field, which is the store name field. So store name can be your business name, and for most businesses that is the case. But for certain businesses that operate popular brands, they want to create the store in the name of the brand. So in that case, you'll have to type the brand name instead of your business name. So it can be your business name or it can be your brand name. So business name is already there. If you want to make any edits to it, you can do that. Or if you want to create the store in the name of your brand, in that case, you'll have to remove this and type in your brand name. All right. Now let's move on to the second input field, which is store URL. Now, when you come to this field, many of you may find a code written here. So in on the screen, you can see the field is entirely empty, but certain users, if you have added a product to the profile, you may have a 16-digit code written here, an alphanumeric code, which will have alphabets and numbers, etc. So a code will be written here. What are you expected to do with that code? Select and delete it. That's what you have to do here. So if a code is written here in this field, something like this, just select and delete it. That's all you have to do with the code. Now, what is the next step? So we have to type the business name. So for example, in case of this hypothetical business, the name is Olive Enterprises. So let's type that without space and any special character. So this is where you can see I have not added or used space or any special character like hash, at the rate, etc. Nothing of that is permitted. And the limit is 25 characters. So if you have a really long name, in that case, you may have to do some bit of editing. Otherwise, this will be perfectly fine. Now, this happens to be a question magnet in any webinar that I've done, and I'm doing these kind of webinars for last 5 years. So This happens to be a question magnet ever since, and irrespective of which country I'm addressing or in which country I'm doing the webinar, this is always a common question. So I will try to answer a few of the common questions that are asked related to URL, but still, if you have a question, you can add that in the Q&A. So the first is a very basic one, and you may find it amusing, but let's answer it because it is a question which was asked some time back but by one of the participants, and I realized, like, yes, everyone is not a technology expert and people need to understand. So the first question is, what is a URL? So URL is basically something that we type to open a website. For example, if I have to open Google, what do? I type google.com. Similarly, tomorrow, if someone has to open your website, what should they be typing in the browser? That's what we are specifying here. That's what we are trying to define here, that what is your online store's URL? That's the first question. The second question is, can we take or have this website live on our own domain? So if someone is opening our domain, then this website opens up. Is it possible, or it has to be on your domain, linker.store, which you can see on the screen? So it can be on your own domain. In fact, we will help you in doing that because it is not a very complex process, but it is little bit technical. So we'll help you out. So if any one of you wants to take the store once it is completed live on your own domain, please do reach out to us, and we will help you out. So you have to just drop an email on the help desk, and our team will connect with you, and it will hardly take like 10 minutes, and your online store will be live on your domain. But this is where I can imagine that you may be finding it a little difficult to relate to it. So let's switch the screen. Let's go to the examples that I was showing you, and let's try to understand this concept which I'm sharing with you. So here you can see this example, this particular business is using their own domain, which is japanonline.com. So the store is live on their own domain. However, if we go to this website, this is where they're using linker.store. So it is your decision if you want to continue with linker.store. That is the domain that we are providing. You can do that. Absolutely your decision. But if you want to take it live on your own domain, it is also your decision. We will not influence that decision that you must be taking it live on your domain, or you must be using linker.store. Entirely your choice, your decision. All right. Now, the third one is also not a significant one, but it was asked. So I can imagine it that may be there in your mind. And that is, what is this linker.store and why are we offering it? What is the purpose? What is the intent? So the primary intent is to make this journey as convenient as possible, because if we had asked you at this stage to point the DNS or add a record in the DNS of your domain, I'm not sure how many of you even understood what I said. So it would have been overwhelming. It would have been technical, and many users, because of their lack of understanding of technology know-how, they may have felt overwhelmed and they may have dropped out. That is something we don't want. We want every one of you to have your own digital presence so that you can adopt digital ways of selling and you can start growing your business daily. So one objective is to make this journey as convenient as possible. The second objective is to offer to MSMEs something called sustainable digital presence. What does that mean? So, sustainable digital presence basically means something that you can sustain for a long period of time. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with creating and operating a website, but if you had created and operated a website, you will agree that there are multiple cost heads associated with running or creating and then running a website. For example, you have to renew the domains every year. You have to renew the SSL, and I'm not talking about the wild card SSL. I'm talking about positive DV SSL, which cost a couple of thousand or few thousand every year. And then you have to also take care of hosting, And you also have to take care of AMC in case if there's a technical issue, you need services. So that's where you have to take AMC. And then if you want to get the content updated, you need someone to do that. So there are number of cost heads which are associated with creating and operating a website. And because of those cost heads, a lot of time MSMEs shy away from creating their digital presence, and we wanted to help MSMEs in overcoming that bottleneck, that problem, psychological or financial, whatever it was. We wanted to help them overcome that. And that is where, if you're using Linker.store, you don't have to worry about domain renewal. You don't have to worry about SSL. You don't have to worry about hosting. We are hosted on a PCI DSS certified infrastructure, a very secure infrastructure. In fact, we are even allowed legally to store financial information, although we don't do that, but we are technically allowed to even do that. That is how secure the infrastructure is. So you get all that and you can sustain the digital presence for a long period of time. So that is the objective. Now let's click on the button Create Store and let's proceed ahead to the next step. So we are clicking on Create Store. All right, so we have clicked on Create Store, and this is where you must have seen, like, magically there are so many options here, and in the left side also there are a number of options that have started appearing magically. What has happened? So this is where now we have created the online store, but the journey is not over yet. There are many things that we have to do. The first thing that we have to do is to upload the product, but this is where you can see there is this button which says Store Setup. You can click on it, and it will reveal that there were 5 steps and you have done 2 of them. There are 3 remaining. So you can use this one, or a lot of time I prefer to use the home screen. So on the top, you'll see there is this home shaped icon. You click on that and it takes you to the home screen. And I will just close this overlay. And here also we can see there were 5 steps and we have completed 2 of them, and 3 are remaining. The remaining can be done in any order, so you don't have to do them in the order they are displayed. You can do this one first, you can do this one first, or you can do this one first. In whichever you would want to do, you can do them in any order. You can complete them in any order. The first step on the top is create your catalog, which means you have to upload at least one product. To upload the products, we have to click on this big blue button which you are seeing there, or on the left navigation, you'll see there's an option called catalog. Then you can click on product, and it will also take you to the product management interface. And from there, you can click and add the product. Let's click on create your product, this button which we have on the interface, and it directly takes you to the product upload interface. This is something which is used to upload the product. But here you may be thinking, like, if we have to upload, let's say, 500 product, then uploading like this will take us few months at least. There's a bulk option also available. Don't worry on that. This is where you'll see there is a down pointing arrow. If you click on it, it will take you to import product XLS CSV, which will allow you to upload the products in bulk. And if time permitted, I'll also show you how to use this one. There's a tutorial video which is embedded here, which you can use to understand this process. But if time permitted, I'll show you this process as well. But let's go back and let's try to upload the product. So this is the product management interface. So if you click on catalog and product, you will come here. And if you click on add product, that will open the same screen which we were seeing earlier. This is the screen. Now, very quickly, I will input the content here. And we do have a video which you can see on the top, a detailed video, uh, this video, which you can review to understand the product upload process. And I will just quickly feed in the information here so that we can move to the next step. So this allow me a couple of seconds to do that. I already have pre-created this information. Sorry, my laptop is acting up. I have opened that document on the other monitor. So I'm just going to quickly copy the information. This is optional. So this is where, and this is currently only in India, but very soon it will be coming to UAE and Sri Lanka. This is GlobalLinker Marketplace. So if you want to list your product on GlobalLinker Marketplace, you can select the category in which the product should be listed. So this is a casual shirt. So system has already recommended that it should be in the men's shirt category, which is correct. Then we have the HS code, which should be added here. Then we have the brand. So to add a brand, you have to click on add brand, and then you have to type the brand name and upload the logo, and the brand is added. In case you are not dealing in a brand, then type in your business name and add it as a brand. Then we have accept order and accept inquiry. Accept order is that use case wherein you are wanting to receive orders. This is where you want to accept orders. Whereas if you want to just accept inquiry, in that case, you have to select the accept inquiry feature. Now, if you're selecting accept inquiry, you also get do not show price, which means the price will be hidden. So it will be price on request. Like you can see here, price on request. If you want to hide the price, then you must use do not show price. All right. And you can select both options as well, except order and accept inquiry. So in that case, you will have something like this, wherein both the options will be visible. All right. So you can select a suitable option. I'm going to select both the options. And we have the selling price, which I will add a hypothetical value. Ignore this B2B discount price because that is related to a premium feature called supply chain. And we have to specify the unit. So this is t-shirt. So this pricing is per unit, but select this value little cautiously. It should not be the case that you have added the price per kilogram, but you have selected metric tons. So please do select the unit little cautiously. And moving down below, this is where we have the summary. So this is where I already have the content. So I will just very quickly copy it and paste it there. It will simply save us some time. So I've added the content. Uh, so this is a summary description. This is where you don't have to write long paragraph. This is where one paragraph, not more than 4 or 5 sentences, followed by bullet points about the features, specifications, benefits, etc. Now, in addition to adding a text description, which most businesses does, you can even add visuals here, or most beneficial is adding a video here, which can be added from here. And if you have seen, let me switch the tab and take you back to that example. Is where you can see they have added a video. Obviously, it is a complex machinery and it is difficult for anyone to understand. So that's where they have added a video. So you can watch the video and you can understand how the machinery works, and then you can approach them once you have made up your mind. So that is there. Then you have SQ code, which is an alphanumeric field. So where alphabets and numbers can be added. In addition to alphabet and number, two special character, underscore and dash can be added. Adjoining the SQ code, you have product code, which is basically a field that helps the system identify products that have variant. So for example, if you're uploading a t-shirt which has different sizes, small, medium, large, extra large, or if you're uploading a cosmetic product, I think the cosmetic product that we were looking at had, yeah, variants are there. So this is 40 plus 20 gram. This is one variant, and this is 20 gram is another variant. So it is up to the customer which variant they would want to choose. So these are same product available in different pack sizes, in different size, different colors, depending on the product. So if you are uploading a product that has variant, in that case, the product code is relevant. Then we have stock, which I don't think needs elaboration. Threshold is basically reorder level. So whenever the with each order, this value will keep going down. So it will become 98, 99 likewise. And whenever it will reach this value, which is 50, I've just added a value here, hypothetical. The system will send me a notification that this particular product has reached the threshold, and then I can take the required action, whether I have to produce this product or if I have to source this product, I can do that. Then we have minimum order quantity, but default is one. If you want to increase this, you can do that. The country of origin, is mandatory. You can select that. Then we have e-store category. So e-store category is a category that you can create for the internal references not displayed on the front end. And then we have labels and tags, which are used for promotional purposes. For today's demonstration, we'll skip it. And if you have product files, so for example, there's a brochure that you wanted to share with the customer. And let me see if they have a brochure here. In one of their products, they have added a brochure. Let's, I think I haven't opened that. So you can upload a brochure and it can be accessed by the customers very, very easily. So you can upload a brochure, you can upload a file. So for example, there's a size chart that you wanted to have on your website. So you can use these options. The popular use case is to upload the product brochure, which can be uploaded from here. Visibility wise, you should select B2C or both. B2B is a controlled visibility wherein you have exclusive product, which is to be viewed only by B2B audience. And for that, you have to use the premium supply chain feature. All right. So for you, you should be using B2C or both. Now, coming down below this, where we have to add the long description. Firstly, giving a name to the title. And this is where I will very quickly copy the description from my device, and we will have to do a little bit of formatting. I've done that. Now, weight and dimensions are used for calculating the delivery fee. So it can be added at a later stage. The next one is important if you're wanting to add variants. So this is where we will be adding size variants. For example, this is a shirt. So we will add size and let's have small. So I've typed small. Now I'm going to press comma on my keyboard and you'll notice that it is accepted by the system. So let's add medium. I've done a spelling mistake. So let's correct that. And large. So I'm just adding three variants here, small, medium, large. Now you can see three rows have started appearing here. If I had separate images for each of the variant, I can conveniently upload from here. This is where the SQ code is also visible. So if I want to choose, selling price can also be customized, stock can also be customized. And last is SEO related information, which is meta title and meta description. So this is used by search engines for displaying on the front end. So if you are going to Google and you search for something, you will see a title and a text written in gray. So the text written in gray is meta description and the title in the blue color is the meta title that you add. So it's a very crucial piece of information. It helps search engines in displaying as well as indexing the information properly. So you should ideally be using an AI tool. We have an embedded AI tool on the platform itself. So you can use that, or you can use even the generic free AI tools like ChatGPT or Gemini also to create this information. So you have, sorry, I think we uploaded the product without adding the images. My bad. So very quickly, we will add images. So we'll go to the images tab and we will click on edit and we will quickly upload the images from my device, my laptop. So I will select all the images and upload them onto the device or from the device to the image manager. Here you can see they are all getting uploaded. Now we have to select which should be the first one, which should be the second one. So I'm selecting this one and we can add up to 6 images. So let's create placeholders for. Now you don't have to do similar to how I am doing because you will be uploading the images when you are uploading the product itself. I had mistakenly clicked on save before uploading the image. So that's why we are coming here and to upload the image and we have uploaded the image and the images are uploaded now. So that is how you have to upload the product. Now, I did mention to you that I will also show the bulk upload process, but we just have roughly 5 minutes left. So, and a few more steps that are there. So, if time permitted, we will review that. Otherwise, the tutorial content is already embedded on the interface. You can review the video and you can understand the process. So we have uploaded the product, and now if we go to the home screen, that's where we should see the remaining two steps. So the remaining two steps is set up shipping and activate payment. So let's quickly do that. So for setting up shipping, I am just sorry. For setup shipping, we have to click on setup shipping button, which will bring us to the shipping management interface. Here we have to uh, add two things. One is estimated time. So this is where you can add any value. I'm adding two, and you have to add a value here. Now, before I click on update, this particular feature is used to charge a delivery fee from the customer. Now, even if you're a B2B store, you will have to compulsorily go through this step. It is not relevant to you, but you have to just update two values. But if you are a B2B seller, once you have completed the store or once you have made some progress, sign up with a courier company. They will provide you the rates. And once you have the rates, then you should set up the shipping zone to charge the delivery fee from the customer. All right. So for now, we will just add hypothetical value and we will proceed ahead to update or complete the next step. So for that, we have to again go back to the home screen, clicking on the home shape icon, and we have activate payment. So this is where we'll click on get paid, and it will bring us to the payment management interface. Now, again, for now, because we are just starting to build the online store, so for now, we will just activate cash on delivery and we will click on save so that this step gets completed. So we have completed this step. Is it all? Because whatever was listed there, we have completed it. No, there are a few more things that we have to do. What are those? So in the left navigation, you will see there is a step called My Store. So you have to go there and you will see theme. Click on themes. And here you will see the theme that you have selected. The page is loading up. It takes few seconds to load up. So this is the theme that we have selected. So you have to click on this actions button, and then you have to click on apply. And the page will reload. And now you can see the page is reloading and the theme is live. So this live button or the live text in a green background will start appearing here. So once this is appearing, that means the theme is applied. Now you have to click on navigation. So that we can set up the navigation. In case you are not familiar, what is the navigation? So navigation are these menu items that are there on the website to help people or customers navigate to the various pages or products that we have. So for that, we have to go to navigation and we have to create a navigation. So very quickly, I will create a navigation. We have to click on add menu item, and one navigation is for products. So I will create two levels. So the first level is, let's say, men's fashion, and it will have products. But here, the important points is there are multiple tabs available here. So you should select either category or you should select tag or product. So we will just select product and we'll click on save. So this is one level. Let's create another level. So here, shirt. And again, I'm going to select the product. You can select multiple products as well. Now, both of them are on the same level. So we'll have to drag it towards right. It might appear to fly off the screen. Don't worry if you click on update navigation. It is now at the correct place. So level 1 and level 2. So maximum 4 level can be created. If I can explain you, this is level 1 sportswear. Men is level 2. T-shirt is level 3 and round neck or collar neck. These are level 4. So maximum 4 levels can be created. You can also create for pages like about us, etc. Now that can be done once you have created the page. So for creating the page, you have to go to create pages. Now, while you are on create pages, you will see terms and condition, privacy policy, etc. Now, if you are a B2B seller, you are not accepting orders, then terms and condition and privacy policy should be there on your website. And if you are a B2C sellers, you are accepting orders, then all the four of them should be activated. Or to activate them, you have to just click on edit. Review the content of the policy. If you want to get it reviewed by your legal expert, just copy the content into a Word document and share it with them. Once you are done with your review, just turn the status on and click on save, and the policy will get updated. Yeah. So now this check or tick sign in green color uh, indicates that the policy has been updated. You'll have to do the same thing across. And to add a content page, you have to click on add page, type in the name. So for example, about us, add the content here. And in addition to text, you can add visuals. You should add visuals or videos if those are available. But text is something that you should add, and then you should turn the status on, click on save, and the page will get created. So create the page, and then you can create the navigation. Now, the last thing that you have to do is to go to store preview and upload the banners, or if you want to do some customization, you can do that. This is where we have the navigation, men's fashion. If we click on it, we should be able to see the product that we have. This is the product that we have uploaded. This is the, and these are the various sizes that we have added. So let's quickly understand how to upload the banners. Color customization is another thing that you can do. So for example, if I'm not happy with this black color, I want to change it to, let's say, blue, because it goes well with my corporate identity. I can do that. I can choose the color selector, or I can even add the RGB code here to customize the color. Now, to upload the banner, we have to simply click on this uh, icon, or this yellow blinking icon that we can see here, which will open this interface. On this interface, you'll see there's a placeholder. Click on that, which will reveal the dimensions to create the banners. I have already created the banner, so I'll quickly upload them. Click on the placeholder, which will open the image manager, and then click on upload. Select the banner from your device and upload them. So I will very quickly select the banners. Let's upload all of them. So this is for the desktop, and this is for mobile. Yes, you'll have to create separate images for desktop and mobile. That will help with obviously the load speed, optimizing the load speed. But at the same time, because understand, laptops or desktops, they are horizontal landscape, whereas mobile, whenever you are browsing a website, you are holding the mobile like this. So it's a vertical landscape. So anything which is designed for a horizontal landscape, no matter how intelligent resizing you are doing, it will not look aesthetically pleasing. It will not look nice. So that's where, to give a good impression to the customer, always upload separate banners for desktop and mobile. Now, every banner has a purpose, that is to lead the customer to a destination, and for that the links are to be added. I've just quickly copied the links of shirts category or shirts product, and I'm clicking here, or I've copy pasted it here. This is where you have the field, and then lastly you have to click on apply, which will upload the banner. You can upload more banners if you want. Let's upload one more, and because we have already uploaded them onto the device, so this is the desktop one, this is the mobile one, and click on apply. So we have two banners. They will keep changing every few seconds. We can add one more. And the process remains the same. So whether you're uploading the home or the main slider banners, or you're uploading the banners which are down below, the process remains the same. So I'm showing you to upload banners, similarly, you will be able to upload them. So there are many banner placeholders, but these will not be displayed to the customers. These are only visible to you. So this is where we are done. The last thing that we have to do is we have to click on save and publish. So I will click on save, and then we will click on publish, and which should conclude the online store creation journey. So this is how you have to create an online store for your business. All right. So perfect. This is where I will stop the screen share, and we will break into the question answer round. Now, I did promise to you that I will be sharing my contact details. So let me quickly share the contact details. And I will also be sharing the contact details of our help desk. So if any one of you faces any challenge, you can reach out to me, and I will also show you from where you can very easily reach out to our help desk. Now for that, I am going to start the screen share once again. So allow me few seconds to do that. And this is an important thing. That's the only reason why I am starting the screen share once again. Let me minimize this. What had happened? Yeah. So here, if you see, there are two options. One is resources and second is support. So resources is basically your tutorial content. So if you go there, you'll find a lot of tutorial content there. And second is support. So if at any given point in time you have any question, if you need any clarification, you can click on support, and that will trigger an email which you can use to send to our help desk, and our help desk team will connect with you and they will guide you or address the issue that you're facing. All right. So that is from where on the seller panel you can connect with our help desk. And I am also going to share with you few tutorials and the link of today's webinar recording as well. So let me quickly do that and then I will start taking up the questions. Now, in my previous webinars, it had happened that certain participants, especially the ones who were joining through their smartphones, they were not able to copy the links which I had shared in the chat. So in case you also face similar issue, then please don't be worried, because I will be adding all this information in the description of the recording that you'll be getting, and the email ID that you have used to join today's session. On that email ID, we will be emailing the recording to you. Although I've given the webinar recording link also in the chat. All right, so very quickly, let's go through the questions that we have. So the first question I can see is from Sahil, wants to understand what are the charges for GlobalLinker store and its service. So the GlobalLinker store is on a freemium package, which is the default or the basic store is available absolutely free. So all the things that I showed you, they were all available absolutely free. But there are certain premium features. For example, I mentioned something called supply chain. That is a premium feature. So if you want to use those features, then only you have to upgrade to a premium package. Otherwise, you can use it absolutely free. Uh, the second uh, point is about service. So we do provide a service wherein a business owner can get, they can hire us to create the online store for themselves. It is a paid service. And if any one of you is interested in availing that service, I will also share the link of that service in the chat. So you can just, so those are standard packages which are available. You can just review and subscribe to the package, and then our team will take over and they'll get the information from you and they'll set up the online store on your behalf. So that service is available. Any other question from any other participant? Perfect. So that's where I think I was able to explain quite well, and you were able to understand the entire process. Wonderful. So this is where I think we should conclude this session for today, although we have overshot our time limit. But I think what was important was to help you understand the journey, and also to help you understand that it is not complicated, it is not rocket science, and each one of you will be able to do that, implement, create your online store and operate it independently, when we are here to help you and support you. And you have my email ID. If you need any clarification, if you need any advice, if you need any support, please do feel free to reach out to me. Perfect. So this is where we will conclude this session for today. Thank you everyone for your time and have a wonderful evening ahead. Bye bye from our side for now.